the power of purity. In our pursuit of spiritual growth and wisdom, the concept of purity holds a significant place. As Sri Aurobindo wisely articulated, the first step in our preparation for the path of knowledge is the purification of all the faculties of our being. This includes the understanding, the heart, the senses, and even the physical body. Integral purity, as advocated by Sri Aurobindo, isn't limited to a mere physical cleansing or adherence to ethical principles like yama, ethical rules within yoga philosophy. Though these are undoubtedly essential components, it goes beyond that, encompassing a holistic purification of every aspect of our being. The comprehension of truth necessitates a clear and untainted understanding. When our understanding is clouded by impurities, like personal biases, desires, and ego-driven motives, our perception of truth becomes distorted. By purifying the understanding, we allow it to serve as a clear and objective lens through which we can perceive reality. In the world of yoga, achieving spiritual growth and profound understanding is a journey that necessitates unwavering dedication and disciplined practice. At its core, yoga aims to unite the practitioner with the divine, providing a pathway to self-realization and the attainment of wisdom and higher consciousness. The process is multifaceted, requiring the purification of one's being and the cultivation of unwavering concentration. Yoga teaches us that purity of being not only helps us achieve a heightened spiritual awareness, but also facilitates incredibly focused and powerful concentration. Conversely, where impurities persist, the inner landscape becomes cluttered and chaotic. Varied impulses, emotions, suggestions, desires, cravings, thoughts, and wishes jostle for dominance within us, creating an environment where concentration is a nearly impossible feat. Imagine trying to see through a muddy, turbulent river. The waters need to be purified for clarity. Purity and concentration are interconnected aspects of spiritual growth. Concentration requires a calm, focused mind, undistracted by the tumultuous and conflicting forces within. Without purity, complete, equal, flexible concentration in right thought, right will, right feeling, or the secure state of spiritual experience is unattainable. As we purify our being, we create the mental and emotional clarity necessary for concentration. In turn, a focused concentration aids in eliminating impurities. This symbiotic relationship is at the heart of the yogic journey. Ultimately, the practice of yoga leads to an eternal calm within, a stillness from which profound spiritual insights and revelations emerge. It's a gradual process of self-purification and disciplined concentration, gradually revealing glimpses of the eternal, omnipotent, and omniscient nature that lies within every human being. In the chambers of our heart, emotions flow like a river, sometimes calm and serene, at other times tumultuous and chaotic. These emotions hold the potential to purify or pollute our spiritual journey. The heart represents our emotional and moral core. Impurities in the heart can manifest as attachments, resentments, and prejudices that skew our judgments. An unpurified heart and understanding can be colored by biases and prejudices, causing us to interpret information through a distorted lens. These impurities may lead us to accept or reject ideas without sound reasoning. A pure heart is open, compassionate, and free from emotional baggage, enabling us to approach truth with empathy and open-mindedness. Purity of the heart is not about suppressing emotions, but embracing and transcending them. It is the capacity to experience love, compassion, and empathy without the burden of attachments and prejudices. Impurities, such as attachments, resentments, and grudges, cloud the heart's innate purity. The process of purifying the heart involves forgiveness, compassion, and the release of emotional baggage. It allows us to love unconditionally and experience the oneness that transcends individual emotions. A pure heart beats in harmony with the universe, echoing the universal language of love. Our senses are the gateways through which we interact with the world. They are vulnerable to distractions and sensory indulgences that can lead to sensory distortions. Unchecked desires and attachments often cloud our judgment. We may be drawn to teachings or practices that promise quick gratification or sensory pleasure, leading us away from the path of genuine spiritual growth. Purity of the senses involves using them consciously and judiciously, allowing us to perceive reality with greater clarity. The ego can assert itself, distorting our perception by emphasizing our own importance or uniqueness. Likewise, a lack of control over the senses can lead to distractions and sensory indulgence, diverting us from the pursuit of truth. Purity of the senses implies using them mindfully and judiciously. It involves aligning our senses with our spiritual goals, preventing them from becoming instruments of distraction. A pure sensory experience means being fully present in the moment, devoid of the restlessness caused by unchecked desires. Purified senses offer us the ability to appreciate the beauty of existence without becoming entangled in the web of materialistic desires. They allow us to perceive the world with clarity, witnessing the profound in the ordinary. Our actions and physical well-being also play a role in integral purity. A life filled with ethical actions aligned with the principles of yama is less likely to be clouded by guilt or negative karmic repercussions. Our physical body is the vessel through which our spiritual journey unfolds. Impurities can manifest as negative karmic repercussions, unresolved issues, and physical ailments that hinder our progress. Physical purity involves caring for our bodies, which are the instruments of our spiritual journey. The body should be regarded as a temple, where purity ensures its unhindered functionality. A healthy physical vessel supports our mental and spiritual pursuits, offering a clear path to realization. The impurities that cloud the mind are often in the form of negative thoughts, prejudices, and the ceaseless chatter of the ego. Just as a calm lake reflects the beauty of its surroundings, a pure mind reflects the profound truths of existence. Purity of the mind entails cultivating a state of mental stillness and clarity, unfettered by the relentless turbulence of mundane thoughts. It involves the practice of meditation and mindfulness, which allows us to observe our thoughts and discern the ones that lead us closer to truth from those that distract us with illusions. When the mind is purified, it serves as a powerful instrument for understanding the intricacies of life and our spiritual path. Purity of the mind leads to discernment, enabling use to separate the profound from the superficial, the eternal from the transient. With a pure mind, we gain access to the deeper dimensions of our being, transcending the limitations of mere intellect and logic. The ego is a complex facet of human existence. It gives us a sense of individuality, but it can also veil the truth of our interconnectedness with the cosmos. Egoic impurities manifest as arrogance, the need for external validation, and a skewed sense of self-importance. Purification of the ego involves transcending the illusion of separateness. It invites us to realize our oneness with all that exists. It liberates us from the shackles of self-centeredness, allowing us to become vessels of universal wisdom and compassion. Purity acts as a lens of clarity through which we can view the spiritual landscape. A purified understanding is less susceptible to distortions and manipulation. It allows us to critically evaluate teachings and practices, distinguishing between genuine wisdom and empty promises. Pure senses are less likely to be swayed by sensationalism or sensory appeals. We can engage with spiritual practices and teachings without being led astray by superficial allure. The purification of the understanding is an intricate process. It involves not only eradicating personal biases and ego-driven motives, but also cultivating objectivity and wisdom. It allows us to perceive the world without the distortion of preconceived notions and desires. A pure understanding grants us the power to discern between superficial knowledge and profound wisdom. It liberates us from the clutches of ignorance and opens the door to profound insights that elevate our consciousness to new horizons. With every layer of impurity shed, the light of understanding shines brighter, revealing the path to truth with greater clarity. By purifying all aspects of our being, we not only pave the way for our own spiritual growth, but also enhance our ability to navigate the spiritual landscape with discernment. This clarity empowers us to recognize the truth amid the distortions, ultimately leading us closer to genuine spiritual realization.